Glad to know that you are still tuned into the sound of your city. This is Rapid 96.5 FM. We interrupt our regular programming to bring you a special interaction this afternoon. And of course, it is political. Man, in his usual nature, is a political animal. And of course, will continue to vie for positions. As this case this afternoon, we'll bring you a breaking news as the All Progressive Grand Alliance in Abia State have elected a new chairman. He's joining me in the studio this afternoon to bring me up to speed with how that turned out and, of course, what his plans are. In the studio this afternoon is none other than Honorable Chief Emmanuel Egu. He used to be a candidate for Umar South State House of Assembly of the Abia Central Extraction. Glad to have you this afternoon, sir. I think you have to come closer to the microphone so that we can pick up your audio. All right. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Joining me this afternoon as well is an aspirant in the just concluded election and the outgoing local government chairman, then the local government or Progressive Grand Alliance, Chief Ajubike Peter, an ambassador for peace. Good afternoon to you, sir.
You're most welcome.
All right, let's get down into the business of the day. Well, let's start off with the fact that the All Progressive Grand Alliance seem to have always been embroiled with a lot of issues as regards I'll start off with the most prominent, which is the authentic candidate of the party in the just concluded elections. I know there was a bit of a tussle as to who was going to be the party's flag bearer or the candidate, standard bearer, so to say. Eventually, we went to the polls and it was Professor Greg Ibe. Let me start by asking you, Chief Emmanuel Egu, you were part of the party. How were you able to resolve that issue back then?
TC, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I can tell you for free that nature has a way of taking care of some certain things.
Okay.
The power tussle then came and went on its own. Like I said, nature took care of that and it was resolved. The impasse within the party then, I can tell you for free, was premeditated. It was sponsored. People had their filthy hands in the affairs of the party, which turned out to affect our activities, even our outing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the man that was the flag bearer then, Professor Greg Ibe,
yeah,
he did his quarter, he did his bit. Don't also forget that he had some health issues, so many litigations, and he was able to overcome all.
Steer these waters.
Yes, at the end of the day, we went into the polls, and the rest is history.
Yeah. But then, the issues within the party, do they continue? Because I know on one hand you had a factional candidate, because during the primaries of the party, there were parallel, primaries
Party primaries
held, and the primary that produced Professor Greg Ibe and his eventual deputy candidate, talking about Honorable Obinna Ichita, was quite different. There were allegations that the delegates that were brought in from the national INEC to monitor, some of them were even coerced, some persons were convinced, some were forced to go to another venue, and all of that. There was a lot of back and forth, right?
Yeah.
It brings me to asking this question: is all well with the All Progressive Grand Alliance?
Pretty well. Like I said, all these things we are taking care of at the courts.
Okay.
I told you the candidate, Professor Greg Ibe, had so many litigations before we went into the polls. And a week to the election proper, the court were able to resolve some of those issues. Like I said, played a negative role. The litigations had some kind of negative impact that affected our outings.
Yeah.
And I can tell you again that the parties involved in those razzmatazz and shenanigans, they came to understand that there was no need for such distractions. After all, if you truly mean well for the state, you want to govern a state, you need to start by living a good example. You've not even gotten to the power seat. You've already started having power torso.
Yeah.
So they realized their mistakes and they withdrew back. And some of them, directly or indirectly, threw their weight behind Professor Greg Gibe. But that's not even the issue. The truth of the matter is that there are always intra-party issues.
Yeah.
No political party is devoid or free of all these back and forth rancors. This is the beauty of
democracy.
Party politicking, not even democracy,
Okay.
party politicking. So these are things that are some of the ingredients you find in party politicking. Elections has come and gone. So for me,
politics continues.
We're talking about it's a retrospective aspect as far as I'm concerned.
All right, but then may I say congratulations to you?
Thank you very much, Tisibara.
And let me ask, the elections that produced you,
The Congress,
it's a Congress, that's
Yes.
how you call it.
Party Congress.
Okay, so bring me up to speed.
Okay.
Right? I know that some issues the Labour Party is experiencing now, right? As regards not submitting names ahead of time. What is the prerequisite for you to have a Congress, right, that now produces a chairman?
Okay.
What are the things that needs to be put in place? Do you need to have delegates? Do you need to have the INEC?
The
Do you need
eligible people that are supposed
exactly? I mean, walk me through the process.
Okay, Tisibara, thank you one more time. You see, tenures of party ESCOs, be it from the national up to or down to the ward levels,
Yeah.
they have their timeline, they have their lifespan. Once it expires, there is this need for a new ESCO from the ward up to the national to come on board.
Okay.
So the lifespan of the current ESCOs at the ward levels, the local government levels, up to the state level,
Yeah.
had expired as at today.
Today.
Yes. So the
23rd.
23rd of May.
Okay.
So prior to today, the national issued a notification of congresses, party congresses, issued their party congress guideline on how the congresses should be conducted from the ward levels. Some couple of days ago, a fortnight ago, the ward congresses were peacefully conducted. Ward ESCOs emerged.
Okay.
From ward level, we came up to the local government level because that is the chain of command, the way it functions. So once you're done with the ward, you come to the local government, from the local government to the state. So we've done the ward level, we've done the local government successfully. Now today, we are to have the state congress. As at yesterday, the national headquarters of our party sent their delegation headed by National Vice Chairman Southeast in the person of DNC Okobu.
Okay.
And the National Welfare Officer, Barrister Mrs. Carol Okorafo.
Okay.
They were all at the State Party Secretariat, invited all the aspirants then, intending candidates who wants to run for this office of the state chairmanship, to a meeting. We are all in attendance with some major stakeholders of the party. We are there, we are addressed. They conducted a kind of interview amongst all the candidates, where we are giving the template on how today's Congress will be held. At the end of it all, we are giving time. We should reconvene again this morning by 9 a.m. at the party secretariat.
Okay.
And the list of eligible delegates, voters that are supposed to vote for today's chairmanship election, we are told to go to the ward and make sure that all the ward chairmen from each ward should be in attendance for today's Congress. You go to the LGA, make sure the 4 principal officers from the local government, they should all be in attendance. Like my own state constituency, Umaya South, we have 10 wards.
Okay.
The 10 ward chairmen, they all came today. The 14 LG ESCO, the 4 ESCO members of the local government, they all came together, making it 14.
Okay.
Same replicated in all other local governments. We all gathered at the state party secretariat at Aguiyi-Ironsi layout, where we were asked to converge for the Congress to be held this morning by 9 a.m. We are there, and what you can see is the product of the Congress. To the glory of God, the party faithfuls, the delegates, has chosen me to steer the affairs of the party for the next 4 years, and graciously
for the next 4 years.
Yes,
it's a tenure of 4 years.
Yes, and graciously, I must also commend my contenders. We were about 6 of us in number who vied for this post of state chairmanship of the party, and 5 of them, or rather 4 of them, we were 6. 4 of them, in their own wisdom, sat, discussed, and said they want me to go for this state chairmanship position. And I can use the word, they adopted me, as it's being used in politicking. They said I should go.
Okay.
They threw their weight behind me. The Congress was conducted to the glory of God. I've emerged today as the state party chairman of All Progressive Grand Alliance.
But it just seems like, not everyone seems to be very comfortable with your emergence, because you had said there were 6 of you, 4 stepped down. So what happened to the other one?
Tisibara, sometimes or most times, it's not everybody that will be on the same page.
So did he contest?
The current or former, let me use the word because the tenure has already elapsed today, the former state secretary in the person of, they call him Ambassador Onuku Biri. He was an aspirant. He is the 6th person. I am the 5th person. So out of 6, 4 stepped down and adopted me. I am the 5th person. Just one candidate.
Yeah.
That chose to go the other way around. And for me, it's a minority.
So
did
he didn't take part in the Congress?
No. He was not part of what happened today.
But Chief Azubike, Peter, you're here. You were part of the Congress.
That's right.
And I hear you were also an aspirant.
That's right.
So could you bring me up to speed? Could you tell me why you decided to step down for Chief Emmanuel Egwu?
Okay. I would like to go a little back.
Okay.
From what he said. Yesterday, we honored an invitation extended to all the aspirants by Chief Uchenna Okobo, the Deputy National Chairman South. Only one person was absent, this Ambassador Onuku Sunday. Today again, he was not there. So it is assumed he declined from the contest. So the whole thing is that most of us are desirous to have APGA move forward.
Yeah.
We want APGA to be quite competitive. We want a situation where we'll have a new APGA with a big bite. Yes, what happened during the elections, general elections, is now history. Now we are planning ahead against 2027. Yes, having said that, we don't want a rancorous environment. We do not want cutthroat competition. So we decided, the 4 aspirants, including myself, to ask Ebeko Edike to go ahead. And
but you know what I fear is, I hope we're not going to have another faction, emerge, because most political parties, even at the national level, we're seeing certain factional chairmen emerge in certain quarters. And if that happens, do you have the modalities? Do you have a system in place to check that? And I mean, like I know in the House of Assembly, you need 2/3 majority of the House to be able to form a quorum or to deliberate and all of that. Do you have members, a certain group or number that will be with this person, and you say, okay, we can fall into that?
Matter of factly, my brother, I would tell you straight away that, for example, in Bende local government, all the ward chairmen excepting one,
Okay.
is on this side. The same thing goes for other local government areas. So anything that has to do with factional government in APGA will not be quite tenable, because the people who have the mandate as spelled out by the guidelines, the Congress guidelines.
A scenario where a former secretary of the party is the person we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask. Does he have the backing of the former chairman as well and former executives?
Oh, well, I wouldn't know who is backing him.
Because
But
what I'm trying to ascertain
we are
is
saying that most of the defunct
executive.
local-
No, I want to know the outgoing executive. How many of them
Okay.
are
Let me take you from there.
in support?
In every party, or not even just political party, in every organization, there's always this internal mechanism to resolve
Exactly.
issues. When we get to the bridge, definitely, we're certainly going to know how to cross the bridge. But I can tell you for free here that the Congress has come today and gone. New state executive of the party has emerged. Like I always say, I didn't just emerge from nowhere to contest to be the state chairman of APGA. The people that owns the party, power resides now with the people.
Yeah.
The issue of asking who is supporting who is backing who,
Exactly.
or who is backing who, as far as I'm concerned,
I mean,
doesn't come to play again in politics of this day.
But
Anybody can back you.
Chief Emmanuel, here is the issue. I'll draw an inference.
Okay.
When the All Progressive Congress could not determine, where
The direction they were going.
exactly in the state,
Yes.
the national came into the picture.
Let me give you a direct answer to your question.
But
It's
okay, you know where I'm going to.
I understand where you're going to. I did tell you, I laid a preamble here. That we were invited yesterday.
From the national.
From the national delegation of the national, we are sent. They sent an invite to all of us aspiring. We are all in attendance. A meeting was held yesterday at the state party secretariat.
And these persons were not part of it.
that is the question.
Was
begging for an
the
answer.
same invitation extended to them?
Definitely yes.
Are you sure about
We were all
that?
in the know of the meeting of yesterday. We're not talking about meeting of yesterday. They knew already there is a template, there is a guideline set out by the national for today's Congress to hold. Already, congresses from the world up to the LG has come and gone. They knew. You don't need to be informed again. Already, there is a template set for today's Congress. So, if you choose not to attend a meeting organized by the National Working Committee members, delegated from the national authority, for me, nobody should be blamed.
Okay. Now you've been elected. As is the case of the governorship of the president, is there a swearing-in ceremony?
You're talking about the national?
No, you've been elected as a state chairman.
Okay.
As is with the governorship election and presidential election, is there going to be a swearing-in ceremony?
There's going to be a ratification. You see, once a state ESCO has emerged, there's going to be a national congress where we're going to elect the national executives, this national chairman and all other offices that will be zoned to different zones.
Okay.
When we get to the national congress convention, then the ratification of a state ESCOs will be done there.
Okay.
So there is nothing like swearing in, nothing of such, but rather ratification of a state ESCOs.
So what happens? What happens now? How do you take the reins? Does your tenure start today? Does it start tomorrow? What next?
It starts today. Constitutionally, the tenure of the former executive has elapsed, so the new one comes on board today.
Okay.
So we've already set the ball rolling. I've already addressed press men at the state secretariat. Your newsroom were there.
Okay.
It was covered live. So the party faithfuls, they were all there. The crowd was so.
So what's your plan for APGA in Abia State?
APGA must succeed. APGA is more or less like I told them at the party secretariat, ABGA is more like a dying baby that requires a specialist. You know, the children's doctor, they call them pediatricians. ABGA requires a specialist now to come on board to revitalize and revive the party, because the party is dying. You can't tell me a party that is supposed to be the bargaining power of the Southeasterners, Ndibo. These were not the spirits, the motives the founding fathers of the party had in mind when they came together to form the party ABGA. We went into an election, most disgraceful outing a political party has ever recorded in the history of politicking.
Your political party?
My political party, ABGA. We don't have any state House of Assembly member elect. Even our governorship candidate could not even deliver the House of Assembly member candidate from his own constituency, even his own ward. Even the current ESCO members, the current state chairman, the outgoing state chairman, and the state secretary, name them, all of them, they all failed woefully in their respective units and their wards.
Won't you blame that on the Obi wave?
My brother, I'm a victim of the Obi wave, but then, there are still areas where people emerge. Senator Eninaya Baribe, he defeated a sitting governor against all odds, defeated him up to his bedroom.
But that's still in the contest.
Does it still matter? By 13th of June, you'll be inaugurated as a senator of the Federal Republic, which is already won. But that's not even the issue. You asked me a question. How do I intend to move the party forward?
Exactly.
The party door is open to everyone. Let them come on board. Let's move this party ahead. I'm not power drunk. I am not desperate.
Brilliant idea.
Let them come on board with beautiful ideas, like my brother here rightly said. We are going to run an open door policy. I don't want to answer a state party chairman because I want feathers to be added to my shoulder. No, I don't know what they saw in me, the qualities they saw in me. Other aspirants, they stepped down for me and said I should go and steer the affairs of the party. But one thing I have told them is I'm not going to let them down. God being my helper, them being in support of me, which they've already started doing. We're going to chart a new course. It's a new dawn and a new day for ABGA, Abia State. There is a name that opens door. I tell them I have a name. I'm a household name. Take it or leave it. I have built a name for myself politically and otherwise. So let them come. Let's take this party to greater heights and see how we can be able to, take over the mantle of leadership come 2027.
All right. So I would be asking this question theoretically, because of course it's obvious that the local government elections can no longer hold in Abia State for obvious reasons, court orders and all that vacating.
That's correct.
If you had come on board prior to the elections, let's say the elections are in a month, would you encourage your party members to vie for the election? Because one thing that I've come to understand about politics is the fact that it's grassroots. And yes, you're talking about the fact that you don't have any of your party members, even in the House of Assembly, as it were. Would you encourage your party members to make an attempt at the local government elections and the councillorship positions?
TC Bara, that would have been madness taken too far. How dare you encourage your party faithfuls to be part of Razzmatazz? PDP in power, their tenure is coming to an end in few days, and you want to go and conduct local government elections to prove what? That you've not been able to prove.
If the incoming government decides to conduct an election,
there we go. It's going to be an all-inclusive thing. We know that there is a new sheriff in town already. By May 29th, the new governor will be sworn in. He will chart a new course for Abia State, and if he so wishes, constitutionally he's been mandated to conduct local government elections. Definitely, Abga as a party are going to be part of anything.
Will your party be clamoring for that?
Oh, definitely, yes. If they give us the conducive environment to be part of the elections, local government elections, definitely, why not? We have to be part of it.
All right, so the Labour Party governorship candidate who emerged governor-elect, Alex Otti, used to be a member of your party.
That's correct.
contested elections on the platform of the All Progressive Grand Alliance in 2015.
That's correct.
And of course, I'm sure
In 2019.
in 2019 as well.
Yes.
He still has ties, and he'll probably still have some friends in the All Progressive Grand Alliance. I had the privilege of speaking with him, and he said he's going to run an open door policy. Where appointments and what have you would come across party lines.
That's how it should be.
Now, is your party and its members or her members willing to be a part of this government and, continue remaining in APGA?
TC, let me inform you. Our Google candidate, Professor Greg Gibe, was the first candidate to congratulate the governor-elect, Professor Greg Gibe.
Yeah.
If you can remember.
Yeah.
I, for one, I was a candidate in the last general election. I congratulated Dr. Ale Soti. He's my senior friend. I can tell you now that APGA, we don't even envy him anyway. Yeah. Because the rots in the system, what he's going to inherit is so enormous. The problem, I just pray. I am hopeful that God will give him the wisdom, the natural endowment to enable him steady ship.
All right, so there's going to be an inter-party advisory committee. Of course, APGA is going to be part of IPAC.
That's correct.
What are your expectations as a party? Because it seems like you're already empathizing with the incoming governor.
Of course, yes, I am.
What are your expectations of the incoming government as a party right now?
He knows already how many times he made attempts to be governor.
Yeah.
We are all Abians. We live here. We know how everything went. In 2015, he got it. He was denied of it. In 2019, he made an attempt again. Now he has gotten it. I'm sure Dr. Lesoti will not be carried away. He knows the sufferings he went through before he got it this time around. And he, of course, this is a man I've had the privilege of interacting with. I can tell you again that this man is going to do well. He will do well as a governor. He's certainly going to do well. I am this kind of man that I don't even believe in this thing called anti-party. You can believe I've just been elected today as a new chairman of a party, and I'm telling you, a governor elected in another party, that he's going to do well. That is the way it should be.
And if he doesn't,
he should.
Because you're going to be playing the role of opposition.
He's obligated to do well. Eyes on him. We put him on check. He's going to do well. Dr. Lesoti is not going to fail. I can tell you that. He will certainly do well.
All right.
But if eventually he doesn't do well, he will demarcate himself.
That is it. Because these days, votes count. The Obiunga magic doesn't work again. In fact, no magic works again.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Emmanuel Egwu. It's been 30 minutes of a very interesting conversation. I've also had the chance of speaking with Chief Azubike Peter Chijoke, the Ambassador of Peace, who they call APC.
Thank you very much.
That doesn't make him an APC.
Ironically. And congratulations.
Thank you.
And hopefully the ratification comes soon and you hit the ground running. Hopefully we would keep our eyes on you and the executive to see what you're able to make out. We'll be expecting to be abreast with the strides that you make while occupying the office of the state chairman. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you
very
TC Bara,
much
for having us.
You can be sure that APGA would be a very good opposition party in Abia State.
All right. It's been a special interaction with the newly elected state chairman of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, Honorable Chief Emmanuel Egwu. And of course, we had the outgoing local government chairman, Bende, Chief Azubike Peter, who was an aspirant, and he just concluded Congress held in the state today. This has been a special edition of The Standpoint right here on Rapid 96.5. You can go over and watch this on our social media platforms. It's Rapid 965 FM on Facebook, Rapid 965 on Twitter, and of course, would be hoping to read from you. All you have to do is send us an email, news@rapidfm965.com. I am TC Bara, the voice on the radio, and hopefully Standpoint will be making a return tomorrow morning, and that's going to be at 10:05 a.m. Until then, keep your dial locked We've got beautiful programming lined up for your listening pleasure. Good afternoon and bye for now.